Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here from CubeKing77.com, and today I'm going to be unboxing and giving some first impressions on the Asus Chromebook Flip, the Chromebook that you can flip from a tablet mode to laptop mode as well. It actually comes in two variants. There's a 2GB of RAM variant and a 4GB of RAM. The 2GB is $249, so $250, and then the 4GB variant, actually I noticed that it's only $10 more right now on Amazon, so it's $260, but I believe normally it's $280. Anyways, let's go ahead and open this box up, show you what's inside, and boot it up, and I guess show some functionality of the device. Alright, so here it is. So real quick, I want to open it up and show you what's inside the box. I actually got the 4GB model myself, and for some other specs, both of them have a 1.8 GHz Quad Core Rockchip processor, which has 16 gigs of solid state storage, so flash storage. And like I said, I mean, that's pretty much it. The only difference between the 2GB and 4GB RAM model is the amount of RAM that's included in it. So here we go. We have the all aluminum Asus Chromebook Flip. And here it is, real nice. See chrome right there. It's a little cold because, of course, with it having aluminum. Let's go ahead and just put this aside for just a second. I don't even know if I'm going to need to charge that or whatnot. I'm pretty excited actually to try this out. Asus is actually one of my go-to laptop companies. So you'll see user guide, warranty information, and then you have your charging cable right here. And you'll see that it doesn't use micro USB. It doesn't even use mini USB. It looks like it's just a proprietary charging cable, which is a little unfortunate. You want to see Type-C, but that's going to bring the cost up, so at this price point it's kind of hard to have USB Type-C. I kind of wish this would actually fold in somehow, so to save some space and just have it be that normal square and just fold this in, but hey, I can't nitpick too much on this, so let's go ahead and put these to the side. So now you see what's in the box actually, just the charging and then the laptop itself. So let's open it on up. There's a little bit of difficulty when opening it up, and it's actually a good thing when I say difficulty, just because it's not very easy to push over, especially when you're using it in tablet mode. So let's go ahead and open this up. You see just a keyboard cover right here. And here we go. All right, and here's a close look at the keyboard. You'll see separated by that aluminum body, so which means there's not going to be any give when pressing one key. You can't press it in, you see the other keys move in. Not at all, they're all separate, so that's going to be very nice to use. It's a good decent amount of give to them, as you can feel. So and then here's the trackpad as well. Very responsive, very clicky, I guess is the word I'm looking for. On the outside here, you'll notice there's actually a trim, and it looks really nice on the aluminum. Just kind of gives it a really nice look to it. Keyboard's a little compact, but it kind of needs to be. It's a 10.1-inch display. Man, pushing it back like this, you kind of feel like you're gonna break it or something, but you're not. It's actually made for this. So you'll see, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it all the way around, 360 degrees, and now I can use it in this in tablet mode. So I'll turn this on and show you guys a perfect example of what that is, but I want to just finish talking about the design. This is actually a 10.1-inch display. It's an IPS HD display, 1280 by 800 screen resolution, in case you were wondering about that. So we can close this and take a look. There's actually dual speakers down at the bottom here, and I'm really excited to try these out. I'll test them in this video. Actually, I'll just play some quick music. On the left side here, you have DC in for that power slot. You have battery, a light, and then you have volume rockers and a power button, which are labeled like so. Flipping it on over, you have a mini HDMI slot, which is good because I actually have a mini HDMI cable, so I might test that out, and I'll talk about it in my full review video coming soon. You got two USB slots and a micro SD card slot. That's kind of nice too, so you can expand that 16 gig SSD storage. Then looks like you have a headphone microphone jack. My assumption is 3.5 millimeters. I'll make an annotation if it's not. It looks like it though. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Let me just open it on up. It's actually a little difficult to open it up in general. Okay, so it's easier when you have it sitting down, but it's a little hard to open up. Not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and press the power button. Like I said, I might need to charge it. I don't see any lights coming on, so I'm going to charge this guy up and I'll be right back. Alright, so I plugged it in. You'll see the charging LED indicator, and then an indicator letting me know that I believe the display is on. That's that indicator. It booted up really quickly, and you'll see it took me to this start screen right here. I'm gonna let it charge a little bit longer, and then we can walk through this real quick, and I'll talk about it. I do want to make a note that this is crazy light. I can't get over how light this is. Actually, I think about 2 pounds, maybe a little bit less than 2 pounds. One thing I want to actually mention is that when you flip it over 360, you have a couple modes. So I guess you have it where you can set this down like this and use it as kind of like a stand, which I was worried about it actually touching the keyboard, but it doesn't. It has a couple rubber little pieces that protect the keyboard to my knowledge, and then you can kind of use it in tent mode, where you have it like this as well. And you'll see the orientation on the screen is going to flip with whatever way you actually want to use it. And then of course you can use it like a standard tablet and then a standard laptop. So let me let this charge and I'll be back very soon. Alright, so now I got a little bit of charge. I want to show you guys something real quick. So I'm going to throw this in tablet mode. And actually, just one note, the keyboard and trackpad gets disabled when you are in this mode. So when I go to connect to a Wi-Fi network, and I want to go ahead and type in a password, you'll see that the number row on the on-screen keyboard gets bumped up actually to the top. It's actually a really nice added feature of the on-screen keyboard. And you'll see it takes up, with that number row, about half, maybe a little bit less than half of the display. Alright, so now I'm on the home screen, and Hangouts was installed right away. You'll see it says howdy. I'm going to exit out of it actually. In the bottom right here, you click on it and you have various settings such as Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, you have your volume, and your volume rockers on the left side here are actually pretty easy to reach when you're just kind of using it like this, so they're not too difficult to press, and if you tap the power button, literally nothing happens. I thought the screen would actually turn off, but there's got to be another way. You'll see you have actionable buttons up here. Hopefully there is a way. You can change the brightness as well if you're interested in that. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you some other things. On the bottom left here, you kind of have a launcher, which brings up this search bar, and you have your apps as well. So you have a web store. Of course, this from a Chrome OS. You got to go through the web store to get all your apps, etc. But let's go ahead and test out those dual speakers that are down at the bottom. I'm going to load up YouTube. You see it pretended like it was a YouTube app, but it actually just loads up YouTube's website. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to a quick song and play it, and we are going to see it load up. You'll see it loads YouTube just fine, which I would hopefully it would. Alright, so you'll see speakers are actually facing the bottom here, so but it has a little curve to it coming out right here, so the volume should get pushed towards you a little bit, and you have a little bit of a gap, of course, because you have these circular things to raise up the Chromebook as well. So let's go ahead and turn it up now. Okay, so to give you an idea, here's my voice in comparison to the sound as well. Actually getting pretty loud. I'm pretty surprised. So nice. I'm pretty impressed with those two dual speakers right there. So let's go ahead and open up another app. Let's open up the Google. So pressing this Google actually just opens up a new tab. So let's try and go to a website that might have some graphics on it. So let's go to androidpolice.com. And here we go. So loading it on up. You'll see Asus Zenfone 2E available. So Asus getting all kinds of, I guess, exposure in this video. So kind of cool. And you'll see you can actually use either the trackpad or touchscreen simultaneously. And let's go ahead and zoom in. And zooming in is actually very responsive. Let's go ahead and tap on this article. I'm actually think this is pretty cool. To see they released another device. And here it is. So you'll see it's working really well actually. Scrolling through. This has a decent amount of images, text as well on this website. So you see you have keys to go back. You can refresh as well. If you press this, it looks like I have a software update in the bottom right. It says restart to update. So it looks like it already installed an update, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to go into settings real quick. It has a lithium-ion battery. Clicking down here, it says it has 6 hours and 53 minutes left at 84%. So seems like it's actually going to have some pretty good battery life. I'm pretty excited to test out. Like I said, I'll do a full review very soon. A lot of my plugins on Chrome actually got installed, including Push Bullet. You got the Chromecast option. You got my Hangouts one as well that's actually down here as well. So that's actually really neat. I'm glad that it did that for me. Going to this, you can try just a voice search as well. Tim Schofield. All right, so it loads it up and then throws up the Chrome browser and does a Google search for it as well. So that's actually kind of neat. All right, so let's grab this guy and actually flip it to this mode right here. So you'll see it's kind of like a stand, and then you would use it just like this. You'll see it's loading up the website pretty well. If I want to go ahead and check out my Twitter account, let's do that real quick. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. And here we go. It's a little slow. I'm assuming it's doing some stuff in the background, but it's actually not that bad at all when it actually loaded up all those images and posts that I've made. Now also, you'll notice in the bottom right here a little square, and you can tap it, and it's going to bring up all of your open apps really quickly. You'll see that was very responsive. You'll see I have Hangouts right here, so if I tap on that, it's going to bring up Hangouts because it's a very small one, but if I want to just go to the browser, you can load that up as well. Okay, I also want to make a quick note. What I've noticed when I want to use it in tablet mode like this, I find myself kind of having to press on the keyboard just a little bit when I'm kind of scrolling through, which I don't know if it's going to be a problem. It shouldn't be. The keys should be durable enough to withstand something like that if I actually hold down the keys or something. But just kind of make notes. It's a little uncomfortable to do it like that. It's not a deal breaker or anything. It's just kind of something that I've noticed when using it. I might find myself, like I said, you can just have this down, or you can do a tent mode, so you can flip it over, and you'll see orientation flips very quickly. You can have it like this as well. But overall, here's an idea of how thin it is. It's really crazy light and crazy thin, and I really like the aluminum. It gives it a very premium feel to it. I'm pretty excited to use this for a while. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a full review video very soon, so stay tuned for that. But that's pretty much it. My first initial thoughts on the Asus Chromebook Flip. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to me as well. Like I said, again, a review coming very, very soon. You can follow me on various social media, including Twitter, which is open right here. And let me know what you think. If you like this Chromebook or not, I'll leave links to it in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'd be awesome. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a very good day.